Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Speaks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving live free picks for today's card. And on today's show, I'll picks here from college football. Well, it's the final big card here, Week 14. Then next we get into conference championship games. Also, eight-game card from the NBA. We got also college basketball up on the board. And, of course, if we get an NHL guy, we'll get an NHL for you. So that's how we got us rolled out for today. So make sure you guys hit that like, that, subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. It really helps us build up our audience when you do that. So let's say hello to Solo, and we'll get on with the picks as we don't mess around here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show. Solo, what's going on?
Hi, what's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. Happy to be here. Coming up a nice little holiday weekend. Ready to rock, ready to get it started. Nice little card in all sports. Let's fire. Let's make some money.
Absolutely. Let's fire. Let's get it rolling here today on the show. So we'll get started here with college football. We'll do it in 3 blocks here. We got a pretty big card here for a Saturday, but we'll knock it off in 3 blocks. In block 1, we'll just cover the Nooners 12 p.m. Eastern games, which would include in this block Texas Tech and West Virginia. Texas Tech going to lay about 23.5 on the road, total 52. Kentucky and Louisville. Looks like Louisville laying about 1.5 here, total 46.5. We've got also Ohio State and Michigan. Could be a weather there in that game. Ohio State 10 on the road, total 43.5. Miami and Pittsburgh. It is Miami 7, 6.5 is popping up, total 49.5. And what else we have here in this block? Well, Houston, Baylor, also 2.5 for Baylor. Total will be in this one 57.5. And we'll get started here with Solo.
I'm going to start with Texas Tech and West Virginia. I was hard on West Virginia early in the season. Rich Rod is kind of turning things around. Jack McNeil on the offensive line kind of, picking things up. They've covered, 3 or 4 straight. They're at home. Probably really cold temperatures for these Texas Tech boys. I think it's going to be rough on them out there. I think they get the win, but I think West Virginia gets the backdoor cover. Let's keep digging here. Kentucky and Louisville. I don't like the way Louisville's played lately. I watched them drop a couple ever since that Miami game. They've kind of been going downhill. Quarterback plays kind of falling off. I think Kentucky brings it today. I think the Wildcats play. I think they're more physical in the trenches. Let's take Kentucky on the money line. Houston and Baylor. Houston, they took my money last week. We're going to get it back today. Baylor's strong at home. They're going to score some points. So, expect these teams to go up and down the field. But when it's all said and done, I think the Cougars execute down the stretch. I think they're more physical in the trenches. I think they get the win. And the last one here, this Miami and Pittsburgh game, I'll be honest. I like the Canes, but this quarterback for Pittsburgh, this young lefty can sling it. He's confident. They move the ball. They're at home. Probably senior day, the last game. They're going to bring it. You guys take the points. I'm on the money line.
There you go with Solo. Say what I think about some of these games here. Yeah, I'm going to look here as well. Houston Cougars, 4-0 on the road in the Big 12, including an 8-point win at Arizona State. Houston has been really playing really good defense away from home. Baylor at home in conference. Really, their rush defense is bad, over nearly 5.5 yards per carry on the ground. I look for Houston in that spot. Also agree here with Kentucky. Cardinals have lost and failed to cover 3 straight. The passing game has just went south on them. Wildcats offense here, running the football. Of course, a lot of motivation here for Kentucky here. 1 win away from bowl eligibility. Also banged up Louisville team at the running back and receiver position. I'll look at Kentucky there in that spot. Looking at, I don't trust Toledo on the road. I'll look at Central Michigan plus 10.5. CMU at home, 4-0 to the spread. Look at the Rockets, 1-4 straight up on the road overall. It's not been good for the Rockets away from home. They lose a lot of games on the road as big favorites. They've done that of late. At home, Chippewa's 37 points a game. They're running the football well, getting great work in the quarterback position, and I'll take them in that spot. Let's see if we have any other games that we like here in this block here. Let's see here, that Pitt game. Pittsburgh here. I'll look at Pittsburgh here plus the 7. They've won and covered. Yeah, I'll take the points here, winning 5 of 6 here. Hurricanes failed to cover their past 2 on the road, but Pitt has put up some points here at home. 43 points a game, getting really good yardage in the passing game. So their home production has been very good. So I'll look at them in that spot. What else are we looking at here? I'll look at FAU plus the points here. The Owls 5-1 in the spread at home, facing teams that turn over the football 2 or more turnovers per game. The ECU here, their rush defense has gone south. This is what happens sometimes with these teams. Their defenses start to get worn out. Look at ECU, their past 2 games combined, giving it 450 yards rushing with 465 yards through the air. So their defense is really worn out here. And FAU has covered 6 of their past 7 with really strong past performances here. I'll look at the FAU plus the points in that one. And let's see if we have anything else here in this block. Yeah, it's hard to pass up that 24 with West Virginia at home. The forecast calls here. There's a big forecast here. 35 degrees, cold weather there. So I think, I don't know. I'll take the points there with the West Virginia here in this spot. What else do we have here? Clemson, South Carolina. I really don't want to do much with that game. I'm not a fan. They're not the 2 most disappointing teams here. South Carolina. We expected more from that team with Sellers coming in, and of course we know it's with Clemson. Everyone's picked to win the ACC and not been good for Clemson. All right, let's continue on here on Tony's Morning Show. We'll get the block of games. Block 2 will include all the games at 1 Eastern, and we'll stop at 3 Eastern. So 1 Eastern and stop at 3 Eastern. There's going to be a lot of mid majors in these time frames. So you're going to get a lot of the small conferences here because don't go on the TV windows. So there you go with the small conferences, including here Central Florida and BYU. BYU going to lay about 17.5, total 46.5. Of course, Old Dominion is a team that's had a good year this year. They're going to lay 28 at home against Georgia State. Let's see if there's any other notable games here. There really isn't, to be honest with you. A lot of Louisiana hosting Monroe. Louisiana laying 9. I think they need a win here to get to the bowl eligibility, if I'm not mistaken, there with Louisiana. Texas State here laying 9 at home with South Alabama. So a lot of mid-majors in this block.
Yeah, 1 to 3.
1 o'clock, and we'll include the ones at 3.
Okay, let's start with our UCF and BYU. I really like BYU, really strong at home, older team, big in the trenches, physical, downhill style, coaching style. I really like the running back, number 4. I think he's a player, probably go early in the draft. I want to say LJ something, but number 4, big back. I want to say like 6'2", 230, can do it all, gets outside, catch it out the backfield. He's a weapon. He's a problem. He'll get loose today. We'll lay with BYU. Like you said, don't really love this card. Louisiana Tech and Missouri State, we might as well do it. Louisiana Tech has struggled scoring over the last couple of weeks. Missouri State had a good game last week versus Kennesaw State. I think they blew it at the end. I don't think Tech can score enough points. The spread is kind of tricky. So let's probably just attack the total. I don't think Louisiana Tech can really score. I'll take this total under. And I think that's all I have, Tony.
Yeah, Tech is bowl eligible, by the way. They're 6-5 there.
Oh, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, so they're in the bowl. So this is not one of those must-win situations for them here. Although Missouri State, this is they're bowl ineligible just because they're too new. They need teams that are not eligible for bowl and there to get in. If there are not enough bowl teams, they'll let Missouri State in. That's the word there with that situation. But we'll start here. I'm going to fade UTEP. I'm not a fan of this program, especially on the road. 2-9 year. UTEP's lost 7 of 8. Delaware at home has a passing game, averaging 300 yards per game, and they hold opposing quarterbacks to 6.7 yards per pass attempt. But the UTEP on the road, very poor pass defense. Their passing game has been terrible offensively on the road. Blue Hens 6-6. With a win here, they'll be 6-6, and there'll be a backup bowl eligibility because it's their first year in FBS. What that means is if there aren't enough 6-6 teams, then they can go. Yeah, they will go in front of a 5-7 team. So there is some motivation because looking at some of the bowl scenarios, there could be a situation where 5-7 teams come in. If that's the case, then with the win, the Blue Hens would be eligible for a bowl. So that's how that works there. So it's an important game for Delaware. I'll take them in that spot. What else am I looking at? I'll take Georgia Southern plus the points. They have been a pretty good spot here as a dog. Looking at this Marshall team, they put up some pretty good numbers, but their defense has been really bad. The pass defense for Marshall has been bad here at home. 327 yards passing per game, 11 yards per pass attempt. I'll look here at Georgia Southern with the points. I'll look at Missouri State, who's had a surprisingly good season. 3-0 the spread as a home favorite. They're another one of those teams that are not eligible for a bowl game unless there isn't enough 6-6 teams. So that's the case there. So it's important for them to get a win there to help their bowl status if there aren't enough bowl eligible teams there. What else we have here? Give me ODU and Georgia State here. I like the under in this one. ODU has gone under in 6 of 8. Really good defense performance here. Panthers have gone under in 2 straight. Georgia State really struggling at quarterback position with efficiency here on the road. EDU at home allowing here teams 8 points per game. That's all they're giving up. They've been a shutdown defense at home. I'll take them in that spot. And I like the over with Western Kentucky and Jacksonville State. In that one, Gamecocks 3-1 to the over at home. We know what they do. They run the ball effectively. And here late in the season, you got these tired defenses. They should be able to get some points on the board. They're running at home for over 6 yards a carry. WKU has not been sharp defensively against the run and the pass, but they throw the ball pretty well. I could see a shootout there between these two teams. And what else do we have in this spot?
One more real quick. That ULM and Louisiana game, there's a huge talent disparity, gap between the Warhawks and the Raging Cajuns. Lafayette's just big in the trenches. They can run the ball, better coaching. This ULM program is really bad. They're poor coached. They've been in the wrong direction for a very long time. They're not going anywhere. They're going to lay down today. The Cajuns are going to roll.
There you go. There from Solo. I like Middle Tennessee State here. I like the quarterback change. They finally got rid of Tatatio, who's they brought in the young kid, and he's actually performed pretty good here for Middle Tennessee State. I'll take him plus the points here in this one. Just because based on recent form, when you look at New Mexico State at home, they've really struggled on the ground and they've not been efficient at quarterback position. But the quarterback change here has helped here for this Blue Raiders team as they've moved on to Roman Gagliano, who will be the quarterback of the future, coming off some pretty good performances. So I like what I'm seeing at the quarterback position now with Middle. So I'll take him in that spot. And what else are we looking at? No, I don't want nothing to do with that Syracuse BC game at all. Although there, so
ever since that quarterback got hurt, they fell off.
Yeah, they really fell off the wagon there. So that'll do it for me in that block. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. In this block, we will cover the 3:30 games and include the 3:45. So that will be that block here. This is where a lot of the games are at 3:30. A lot of big matchups here, including LSU, Oklahoma. Look at this. Oklahoma laying 11 at home, total 36. Look at that low total there. And that one. Cincinnati, TCU. It's TCU 3.5, total 57.5. Missouri and Arkansas here. It's Missouri 3.5, 4, total 55. The Oregon, Washington there. That'll be CBS today. Oregon 7 on the road, total 51.5. Oregon has to have this game if they want to get into the playoff there. James Madison, another team that's borderline playoff team. They need help, though. James Madison, 22 on the road here, total 54. And that's where we'll stop it. And then in block 2, we'll start with Solo.
All right, we'll work our way back up. Let's start with James Madison, Coastal Carolina. I really like James Madison. They're strong on the run game. Like you say, a couple players left over from that big transfer to Indiana, but they boys kind of weathered the storm and reloaded, so to speak. Coastal Carolina defense can't stop the run. They really can't stop the pass. They lack speed at skill positions. I think they get bullied. I think they get pushed around. Let's lay it with James Madison. Let's go up. Cincinnati and TCU. This is going to be a good one. I think these teams go up and down, score some points. Don't really trust either defense. I kind of like the quarterback from TCU early in the season. Kind of digressed a little bit, but I think he's be able to move the ball today. Cincinnati has some solid corners, but I don't really like the safeties. I think they're kind of slow. I think they're a little boxy. I think they give up a couple plays deep. Let's take this total over 57.5. I'll give you one more here. Oh, here it is. Missouri and Arkansas. Arkansas can score. Missouri's probably going to dominate this game. Some people would lay it. I'm just going to attack the total. I think these teams go up and down. Take this total over 55. LSU, they scare me. I can't do it. Oregon, I can't do it.
That's tough. Also, I just might note Vanderbilt and Tennessee's in this block also. Forgot to mention that.
That's a good one, too. I'm pass
that one. Okay. I'll look here at Missouri here laying it on the road. It's 9 straight losses for the Razorbacks. I know Missouri re-signed their coach, so he's got some security there. No home wins for the Gamecocks at home in conference. They lost every one, and a lot of bad defense there on that side here for this South Carolina team. Missouri here, I'll take them in this spot to get it done behind the quarterback. So I'll look at Missouri here laying the 2.5. I like Minnesota. This is going to be your snow game. 90% chance of snow in Minnesota. This is going to be your weather game today. Snow and cold weather. Minnesota 4-0 at home in Big Ten competition. Wisconsin 0-4 on the road, losing to all their power conference opponents. The Badgers on the road average just 9.5 points a game, and they're just not defending the pass very well. You never know with snow, right? You need the wind to hurt the pass.
Why are they favored?
Yeah, that one I don't understand. 24 degrees, about 11 mile per hour wind. So not heavy winds there. So Lindsey may be able to work in the passing game. I don't understand that line move myself. I really don't. I don't get it. I like Minnesota, the way the improvement they had, maybe the weather, but I think that you can still throw in this weather. It's not overly windy, right? So I think you can throw in this weather. So I'm not worried about it. So I'll go ahead and take Minnesota in that spot. As that one, I think, let's see where we're at with that right now here. We're at, Wisconsin now, the favorite at 2.5. It was Minnesota 1 and open 2.5, but it's been a big line move there. And
everybody's on that.
Yeah, I don't know if Daniel O'Neill's coming back. He's questionable, but he's been hurt all season. They're starting quarterback, so I don't see any reason why he'd come back. He's been out all season, but he's been out too long to even back him in this spot. And the way Wisconsin's playing on the road, I can't even trust them. So no way, no how am I going to do that? And they're bowl ineligible, 4-7. They're not going bowling. They're going this. They're out of the bowl picture. So I'll look at Minnesota there in that spot. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with Wake Forest Duke. You just never know what's going to happen with the Wake Forest team. Nothing to do with that game with the LSU Oklahoma. I don't like the total super low in that game, super low. All late with TCU at home against Cincinnati. Horned Frogs play pretty well at home in conference play. They are throwing for over 313 yards and 8.4 yards per pass up away from home. Bearcats have failed to cover 3 straight. I'll look at TCU there to get it done. I'll take Washington plus the points. I don't trust Oregon on the road.
You're doing it? Okay.
I'm going to do it. Although, they had that close call against Iowa. They need a late field goal to beat Iowa. They only got by, against Iowa. So I'll
Oregon
take
on the road. They're tricky.
They're tricky. And I'm going to take Washington to get it done here. Washington at home run for over 4.5 yards a carry. They're getting really good quarterback play. They defend well at home. So I'll look at Washington here to get this covered, to get it done. A good coach there. Fish that came over from Arizona. Let me see the weather. Let me see what the weather is like over there. I think we might have some. It's always cold there, right? Yeah. 47 degrees. No, not bad. Mild temperatures. 47 degrees, 15% chance of precipitation, 2 mile, no wind whatsoever there. So, but still, I like Washington to cover that number against Oregon, against the Oregon Ducks. All right, let's see if anything else I got in that time slot for you guys here at that 3:30 time slot. What else do we have here? Kennesaw and Liberty. I just don't like Liberty whatsoever, but I don't want to lay points with Kennesaw on the road. I like UTSA. This has been a hot team here. 10-1 at home to the spread against conference opponents. I'll lay them here against Army. Army here has not defended the pass very well, but the Roadrunners at home averaging 56 points a game.
Yeah, they can score, brother.
They can score almost 5 yards per play on the per rush. They're throwing the football effectively. Give me UTSA there and go ahead and lay it. I look at points galore in Tennessee and Vanderbilt. I like the over in this one. Commodores 3-0 to the over the past 3 games. The Vols have gone over in 4 of 6. We know what Vanderbilt does. They move the football. They've got a good offensive form. They just extended their coach there. So I'll go ahead and go over in that one between these two opponents. And let's see, Coastal and James Madison don't want nothing to do with that one. I think that's where we stop the block. Let's get to block 3 here. In block 3, we're going to cover the games here. Actually, this is our last block, right? This is going to be our 4th block. So 1, we've done 1 block, we've done 2, and this
4 to 11.
Oh no, yeah, we go. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is our no, we're not. We're going to do block 3 here. Yeah, we're going to go here. We've done 1. We did 2 blocks, right?
We did 2. We had 4:30 games or whatever, 4 o'clock or whatever it is.
Yeah, we did the 3:30. Okay, so in this block, I'm just trying to. Yeah, that's right, because we had the nooners, then we had the mid majors, and then this one. So this will be the last block. So we'll go from 6:30. We'll go from 4:30 all the way to the Hawaii game. Yeah, this will be the final block. So in this block, we'll have Florida State, Florida lane 1, total 48. Also here, we've got Michigan. Just a note here, Michigan State and Maryland. Michigan State lane 3.5, 4, total 40.5. But this game will be played in Ford Field. So you're seeing snow and bad weather and all this in Michigan State. They are not playing that game in Michigan State. They are playing that one in Ford Field. So they're playing that in a dome. So just take note of that, because if you see bad weather there, that game is. I see the weather. They're still putting the weather up for that game. 65% chance of snow, 20-mile-an-hour wind. Forget it. They're playing that one in Ford Field. So just make note of that. There. Also, Virginia Tech, a big game for Virginia. They win. They get into the ACC tournament next week. Virginia lane 8, total 53. Also, Alabama Auburn, the Iron Bowl, Alabama 5.5, total 46.5. Other notables, UCLA, USC laying 21.5 here, total 48.5. SMU wins, they get into the ACC tournament. They're 13.5 on the road to Cal, total 13.5. UNLV and Nevada is an interesting game here because Calandria is questionable there for UNLV. But the way it works here, if UNLV wins, then they'll be tied with San Diego State for the Mountain West, the Mountain West championship game against Boise State. The way they're going to break up the tiebreaker between UNLV and San Diego State is it's based on the computer rankings. So it goes, if UNLV wins, it will go to the computer to determine who plays Boise State. So that's a big one there. UNLV laying 7.5, 8 there, total 52.5 there in that rivalry game. And of course, Notre Dame's going to lay a boatload 32 at Stanford in your late night game. Wyoming and Hawaii 7.5. Total sits here at 45. On over to Solo.
Let's start from the bottom and work our way up. The easiest play on the board. Congratulations. Early Christmas. Notre Dame, lay it. These boys are rolling. What's his name? Marcus Freeman has them clicking on all cylinders. Probably the two best backs in the nation in Love. And number two, they get down. I want to say Price. They get downhill. They press the edges. They get in between the tackles. They catch it out the backfield. This quarterback, Tommy, is nice. He spreads the ball around. Huge offensive line. Stanford, I think they just got a new coach. They've laid down. They quit. They don't have any fight. They don't have any players. They're going to get rolled. Let's roll up. SMU in California. I like this SMU team. Cal has fought hard a little bit, but I just think SMU is too strong. Like once they got that Louisville win, they continue to build confidence. I think the team is rolling. I think they'll score a ton of points. Let's take SMU team total over 31.5. Let's go up some more. Love this card here. Alabama and Auburn, you got to go here. I just don't think Auburn has enough. I'm going to lay it Roll Tide. Maryland and Michigan, I was on that game. I got to make some adjustments with them going indoors. Let me take a second on that one. Virginia and Virginia Tech. I'll be honest, I think Virginia Tech comes to play. I think they come and sneak in the back door. I think Virginia wins the game, but I think it's probably a late second walk-off field goal. I think the Hokies play hard. They started the season off really slow, tough schedule, got punched in the mouth and never really got back, but they're starting to kind of show a little pride. End of the season, these singers are trying to put some good tape out here, trying to get to the next level. I think that Hokies defense comes to play, tries to make it a little hard on this Cavaliers offense that's been rolling. Let's take Virginia Tech plus 7.5. And Florida State. Florida, I can't do it.
So I'll take Florida State in that one. Their run defense has been good for much of the season.
I thought you hated Tommy.
I do hate Tommy, but he doesn't play defense. He doesn't play defense. So that's the benefit there. The Gators have lost 4 straight. It's been defending the run has been horrible. The run defense has been bad, and that's what Tommy does. He can run. Just don't throw the football. Keep your attempts low and pad up those running stats. The run defense has been good for much of the season for the Seminoles team, and also 1 win away from bowl eligibility. I'll take that one. Florida State here in a pick 'em. What else do we have here? Yeah, I agree with Solo. I like Virginia Tech here to at least come in through the back door and cover this game. Virginia has not been a good favorite here at home when you're laying 3.5 to double digits. Don't want that. Don't want them in this spot. And looking at Virginia at home in conference play, their pass defense has been really bad. So I'll take Tech plus the points in that one. I look at USF to pound Rice here. The USF is a team at home, put up 48 points a game. They're running the football, getting great play at quarterback. They defend the run and pass well at home. USF has covered all 5 home games. So I'll take them here to lay it here on Rice. What else we have here in this block? As we talked about Maryland, Michigan State, because they're playing this game indoors, fast track, give me the over in this one. These teams are coming on losing streaks. Defense is not any good.
Michigan State laying 4 is crazy.
Yeah, I could not lay that one. I looked at the total here. Terrapins on defense on the road give up 31 points a game. They can't stop the run or the pass. The Spartans here give up 33 points per game in the Big Ten. 5 yards per rush, 67% completion rate. 2 bad defenses playing on a fast track indoors. Give me Maryland and Michigan State over that one. What else do we have here? Illinois looks to be a spot here where they can bounce it here. Coming off that embarrassing loss to Wisconsin, I like for Illinois to lay it here on Northwestern. Illinois 3-1 at home. They defended the run and pass very well. They're getting good quarterback play on their home field. Illinois here, 5-1 of the spread on their home field. I'll take them in that spot. And I agree with Solo. Give me Alabama against Auburn here. Sorry, Ron Crawford. Auburn 1-5 of the spread at home this season. Not very good. They're only. How could you only average 10 points per game at home against the SEC? That is brutal. Their offense has just been brutal here. Passing offense at home has been very poor. Alabama here, pretty good rush defensive performances here over this year for this Tide team. They can stop the run, so I look for Alabama through the air to get it done. So I'll take them in that spot. Tulane will crush Charlotte here. Tulane's a team that has to win out to get into the playoff. I'll take them in that spot. Give me Belichick's to cover here. The Belichick's to cover against NC State. NC State's offense has just been bad over the past 2 games. They've shown some improvement the back half for this North Carolina defense. The Wolfpack is road favorite, 4-8 to the spread. I don't want anything to do with NC State as a road favorite. Give me the Belichick's to get it done. Don't want to lay that many points, or even I'd stay away from USC UCLA. Don't want nothing to do with that game. Don't want to touch the SMU. That's always a tricky spot for these teams going out to Stanford or Cal. I don't want to lay points in any of those games, but I will lay it here with UNLV at Nevada. Nevada has been a bad team this year. We talked about the computer ranking here, so this is very motivating for UNLV to run up the score here. But not only do you want to run up the score, but you want to keep points off the board because these are computer rankings. So not only are you ranked for offense, you're also ranked on defense. So you don't want to win a shootout because that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt you, right? That's going to hurt your defensive ratings. So UNLV needs a blowout victory to ensure their chance and help their chances to get the computer ranking over San Diego State. And when you look at the eye test, now, if you want to play conspiracy theories, we can play conspiracy theater series. UNLV is a more exciting team than the Aztecs. The Aztecs cannot throw the football. They're like watching paint dry. The way you watch them, it's like watching Rocky Long coach them again.
And the coach got a bigger name.
Yeah, coach has a bigger name. Back in the Brady Hoke, Rocky Long days, this team cannot throw the football. Visually, you do not want to see San Diego State in there. But UNLV cannot lose the game because then they're not tied with San Diego State. So I look for UNLV to cover the spread here. Wolfpack has not been good. 1-3-1 to the spread at home. Calandria, keep an eye, but the backup isn't bad. The backup has some experience as well. So I'll look at them here. You look at their conference wins on the road. It's been by 32 at Colorado State, 14 at Wyoming. The Rebels on the road in conference play put up 35 points a game, running the football. Nevada has struggled really offensively at home in conference play. The Rebels have covered 4 or 5 on the road. I will look here with the UNLV to get it done in that spot because you're playing 2 opponents. You're playing the Wolfpack and you're playing the computers. So I'll take them in that spot. Oh, I do not like the San Jose State team. This, to me, I would not take them as a home dog here. I don't even want to lay Fresno State. It's an ugly game. I like the over in Notre Dame and Stanford. Notre Dame can go over on their own the way they've been playing.
Absolutely.
4.5, right? The way they run and throw the football. Stanford, though, is 4-1 at home, so I think they can contribute a little bit to the scoreboard here. High Irish, 9 straight wins, but 6 covers, so they don't cover every game. But we know their defense has been good, but they're running the football, they're throwing the football, and I could see Stanford's defense here could have a tough time stopping the run and pass here. For when you look at Stanford giving up 341 yards passing per game. So the defense is bad. Defense is bad. Let's get some. I can see them putting up some points here. Wyoming, I like Hawaii here to get it done here to cover against Wyoming. Wyoming is 0-3 on the road in the Mountain West. They have lost and failed to cover all 3 games on the road in conference. They've been held to 7 or fewer points in those 3 road games in conference plays. Oh my goodness. Horrific. Hawaii at home throwing for 296 yards a game, putting up 34 points a game. Plus, they're outscoring teams by 16 points per game at home. And they're bull-bound. They got their 7th win, but still, the Warriors 5-1 to the spread at home. Give me Hawaii in that late-night game to get it done. All right, we'll continue. Any other game you want to add, Solo, on this big card?
I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good. I like that UNLV play, though. I think that's the right side.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that game there. I just hope the coaches and players understand it, though. We just, you know what I mean? It's just, sometimes you got to wonder if they look at those scenarios, but I think they do because they want to play in that Mountain West they want to win. They want to win the conference tournament, right? That's
Right.
that's the big goal, is to win the conference. So that's important there. All right, let's continue here on the Tony this morning show. We'll move on over to NBA. We have an 8-game card for today, so we'll do it in two blocks of 4. We got through the cup. We know what's going on in the cup. I believe December 9th is a quarterfinal round there. So we've got through the cup play. So now we just get into regular season action until we get into the knockout stages. So we'll start the block here with your day games here. A couple wanted to start them off here. Celtics and T-Wolves. Minnesota up to now 7.5. This was just 6.5 about an hour ago. This has moved up, total 227.5. Raptors and Hornets. Toronto 9.5 on the road, total 228.5. Bulls and Pacers. It's the Bulls 3.5 and 4 up there, total 242.5. And we'll end the block with Pistons and Heat. We got the Heat laying 4 at home, total 239. We'll look at the injury reports here. For Boston, we have Tatum. We know Tatum's still showing up. He's not ruled out for the year, but he's still going to show up on the report. Jaylen Brown, questionable. White is probable. Minnesota comes in with a clean injury report. Toronto, and of course, these are two teams did not play yesterday, by the way. Boston, Minnesota did not play yesterday. Toronto and Charlotte, RJ Barrett out for Toronto. On the Charlotte side, you have Green, Williams out. Miller, Connaughton, and Ball are all questionable there. They're coming off the back game there. Bulls and Pacers. For the Bulls, no Collins. White, Terry Okuro are questionable for Chicago. On the Indiana side, no Furphy, no Jackson, no Cam Jones, no Nesmith, no Obi Toppin. Nemhard is questionable there. And the final one in this block is Detroit and Miami. For the Pistons, no Sasser, Klitman doubtful. Ivy is questionable. On the Miami side, no Rozier, Jaquez questionable. And then Wiggins and Powell probable. On over to Solo.
Let's start with the Pistons and the Heat. Detroit's got back-to-back with travel, and they probably landed in Miami probably late last night, just enough time to go out and hit the Miami streets. I think Miami catches them slipping. We're going to take the Heat. They're rested. They're at home. They're strong. We're going to lay with the Heat. Toronto and Charlotte, we got to come back to this one. I really got to see the injury report with Ball and Miller on the back-to-back, like you said, coming off the injuries. If they're in, I'm going to lay with Charlotte. I know the Raptors have been hot, but just a nice little home spot for Charlotte, plus 9.5, 10 points. I think they sneak in the back door if the big dogs are playing. I'm going to lay it with Minnesota. Boston, I just don't think they have the horses to stop Anthony Edwards and keep pace. Obviously, they got Pritchard and a couple shooters, but when it just comes to one-on-one getting a bucket outside of Jaylen Brown, they lack it. I think Minnesota pushes the pace. They share the ball. Look like they enjoy playing with each other. I think they run up the score. Let's lay with the Timberwolves.
There was Solo. Tell you what I think here about the first 4 in this block. Here, I'm going to do a pass here on Celtics and T-Wolves. Just don't trust either one of them. I like the over here with Toronto and Charlotte. Toronto has the rest advantage coming in and putting up some points on the road. Toronto on the road, 50% shooting, put 121 points a game. Charlotte can shoot the ball at home. We all do have some question marks about some of their starters, but that may impact the defensive end as well. So I like the over in that one. Yeah, I can only look at the paces, but Chicago has really played terribly. For a team, you want them to lay points on the road. No, thank you. Here we have seen some improvement in the Pacers defensively here of late. They have been defending 3-ball pretty well when you look at them. Yeah, but the Chicago's defense has been horrible here. Look at the past 2 weeks, 103 points a game. What's going on there? My God, they've lost Bulls. They've lost 3 of 4, failing to cover 7 of 8. Yikes! Pacers have covered 5 straight with good defensive performance. Give me Indiana. Big time. No way, no how could back them. It's been bad. Yeah, I can only look at the Heat. 2 days of rest for the Heat facing Detroit on the back-to-back. Yikes, that's the most ideal. You don't want to be 3 days rest. That's too much. But when you have 2 days of rest, that is the ideal rest where you're going to get your best performance. 2 days of rest facing a team that's on a back-to-back, that is a massive rest advantage here. That what I call maximum rest advantage. Facing back-to-back with trial. And then you face a team with 2 days of rest. Now you get the 3 or more rest. That's too much rest. 2 days of rest, that's perfect here. So I'm going to take them here. 3 games and 4 nights for Detroit. This one has that premium look to it. You know what I mean? We're seeing that really does here. I'll look at the Heat. 6-game win streak for the Heat. Really good defense right now. A team that's under the radar. They've won 9 of 10 here at home. I said. Yeah, 9 and 10 at home. Yeah, see, I'll take Miami in that spot. with, again, maximum home court advantage here. 2 days of rest, facing a team on a back-to-back with travel, third game in 4 nights. That is ideal. All right, let's continue here on the Twix Morning Show as we continue on. And we got Nets and Bucks. The Bucks here laying 11.5, total 220.5. Pelicans and Warriors. It's the Warriors 9 and 8.5, total 226.5. Oh, those Nuggets. They're on the road here laying 3.5 in Phoenix, total 232.5. Both teams on back-to-backs traveling. Mavericks and those woeful Clippers. 7-point favorites right now. 7.5 in some places. 222.5 against the Mavericks, limping in. Mavericks are limping into this game too because they've got injuries as they always do. So the injury reports from this block look like this here. We go to Nets and that's it, Brewers. I wish baseball was back. Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. We got Highsmith and Thomas out for Brooklyn. Porter questionable. On the Milwaukee side, no Prince, Porter, and Giannis here are questionable. Pelicans and Warriors. We've got here the Pelicans, Hawkins, Jones, Matkovich, Murray, Poole out. Murphy is questionable. For Golden State, no Curry, no Horford, no Melton. Kuminga questionable. Payton is probable. Nuggets and the Suns. We've got no Braun, no Gordon. Strother is doubtful. For the Phoenix side, no Green, Livers, Goodwin, Dunn, and Allen now is questionable there for this Phoenix team. Mavericks and the Clippers. Davis, Lively out. Irving still showing up because they have not ruled him out for the season. On the Clippers side, so far, it's Derek Jones out. Miller doubtful. Bogdanovich questionable, but it is a back-to-back. Kawhi Leonard not yet on the injury report. I would expect it's a back-to-back. We might see him there. So we go on over to Solo.
We're going to start with the Pelicans and the Warriors. Pelicans tricked it off the other night. They had it the whole time, blew it right at the end. I think this rest, does them some justice. I think they come to play. I like the way they're playing with Zion. They're pushing the rock. They're getting out in space, attacking, shooting threes, sharing the ball. Got a lot of good depth. So they're still learning. Young team, but I think they won't quit. They won't back down. They won't shy away from the moment. Let's take it with the Pelicans. Nuggets back-to-back with travel. And going into Phoenix, where Phoenix plays good ball, just a perfect spot with Phoenix. You guys take the points. I'm on the money line. I think Devin Booker comes out here, puts on a showcase. I think the Nuggets are tired. I don't think they have good depth. Outside of Jokic, like you say, I think we're right back in the same situation where you wonder where the scoring is going to come from. Jamal Murray's a little too inconsistent nowadays. Braun is banged up. He's hurt. They haven't found that third, fourth scorer. The Suns can shoot the rock.
Gordon is a real hustle guy for the energy guy. He's out.
Yeah, Gordon is out. Exactly. Yeah, the Suns can shoot the ball. They have a ton of shooters. They play well at home. Once again, you guys take the points. I'm on the money line with Phoenix.
Yeah, I like that one quite a bit because Gordon, they've been hurt as well. As we talked about, they don't have a lot of depth. Yeah, I can't. As someone wrote in the chat, Bucks have lost 7 in a row. How can you lay double digits? I can't. I'm with you there. I can only look at Brooklyn in this spot, though their numbers have not been very good. But you look at the Nets here. The defense shooting there is not as well, but the Bucks, man, scoring is a big issue for this Bucks. They're not a really good free throw shooting as well for this Bucks team. But I can only look at Brooklyn here and the battle of teams that are in bad form. Can only look at them there. Didn't like the way they closed out that Knicks game yesterday. They were in it, and then the Knicks just closed them out late. I'll look at the Nets there in that one. Don't want to touch the Warriors. That's a big number. And the Pelicans, hard to trust them. Those last 2 performances have been pretty bad here by the Pelicans. They beat the Pelicans by 18 on the road a couple of weeks ago. And I know during the current homestand, the Warriors have lost 2 of 3. The win came against Utah by 17. So against the bad teams, they pounded them. But I don't want to touch them in this spot. I agree with Solo. I like the Phoenix Suns here. Suns have covered 5 of 6. They're defending the ball well. Nuggets have dropped 2 of 3. The defense has gone south. They're missing a lot of key players right now. We talked about Gordon, Strother, and Brown. These are guys that are in the rotation that are out. Suns have covered 9 of 11 at home. I'll look at Phoenix there. And the Clipper game, can't lay that many points with the Clippers in that form they're in right now. The Clippers have lost 12 of 14. 12 of 14 they've lost here. And I've said this before with the Mavericks. The one thing they do well, they didn't show it yesterday, but the one thing they do well is they have put up better defensive numbers of late. But I'll look at Dallas in this spot. This Clippers team just bad right now. The defense, what's gone south for the Clippers is the defense is really tailed off for them. We want to see Norman Powell, but really it's been the defense that's been bad. there. So I'll take it. Dallas. Look at Dallas there in that spot.
And I've been watching Dallas lately. I don't agree with Cooper Flag as the point guard, but I do like his decision making. He consistently makes the right decision, puts himself in winning positions, to be successful. But when I saw Anthony Davis come back last night, I saw some things really open up. Anthony Davis will be willing to swing that ball. Cooper's going to be making those backdoor cuts. I think he's probably one of those guys with a nice basketball IQ who's going to slow the game down for Cooper, allow him to get some easy buckets. So look for the Mavs to kind of maybe get hot here, stack some wins up with Anthony Davis back in the lineup.
Yep. Like I said, the one thing they do well is their defense. They just got to get their shooting going, and the defense has been pretty decent for the most part there. So we'll see what they can do there to get it done. All right, let's
because like you said, when people get hurt, all those guys get those minutes, and when they get all those minutes, that confidence builds. When that new guys come back, now this team all of a sudden has a little more depth. It's just become a better team. It just takes a little time.
Yep, it's taking a little bit of time for them to get it going here. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Shows. We'll turn our attention over to college basketball. And this time of the year, we just asked the Cappers, just give us what you got here on this card from college basketball today. A lot of mid majors in action. We had a lot of big conference schools in action over the past few days. When it's funny when you look at the thrill score. The thrill score right now today shows DePaul and LSU as the top matchup for Saturday, which usually happens when you go through a weekend, a feast week, right? It kind of slows down here once we get into Saturday, Sunday. But college hoops, a lot of mid-major games. These are the teams that get snubbed. They didn't get any invites to the parties, to all these tournaments. So they're seeing the court today. So Solo, give us what you got here in college basketball.
All right, let's sift through this card a little bit. Here we go. Here's one right here. Alcorn and Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech is just far bigger, better guards, more physical, better coaching. Alcorn is a mess. They have a couple shooters, but not really solid guard play. Got some athleticism, but don't have the size. They'll get banged up on the boards. The Bulldogs pull away second half. Let's keep going here. High Point and High Point is going to smoke these people. Who is it again? I can't even find the game. But High Point is playing somebody 17 and a half led with High Point. They're going to roll. Let's keep going down. It's a huge card. LSU and DePaul. Let's lay with LSU. DePaul. They're a little bit better than the last couple seasons. I've seen they've actually been favored in a couple games. They've actually stacked up a couple wins. I just think the Tigers are more athletic. They're better coached. I think LSU knows they need to win these games and not drop these little simple games, especially going into conference play where it's really tough to win games in SEC. So they got to get these wins right here. So lay it with the Tigers. One more, zip them up. Zip them up is the motto. Milwaukee, they can shoot the ball a little bit, but Akron has way better guards. They're physical, they're attacking, they're aggressive, they apply pressure. They can shoot the three, they're attacking transition, they get to the foul line. This crowd is electric. I want to say they won like 19 straight at home. Zip them up.
Zip them up there from Solo. Tell you what I want. One I looked at here, I like Riverside here, plus the points here against Utah Tech. Riverside shooting the three pretty well, good 2-point shooting team. They make their free throws. They defend the 3-point line pretty well. I saw this Utah Tech lose to Portland State the other night. That was a late game that was going on. Did not look very good in that loss. Matter of fact, their only wins this year were against, the only home wins came against Bethesda and Noble. They haven't beat any D1 teams at home this year. So I'll look at Riverside to get it done here. They just came off a loss to Portland State. This is a really bad 3-point shooting team. This is a Utah Tech team. Bad 2-point defense. Can't rebound. Rebound percentages are bad. Not a lot of experience here and continuity in an experienced team. So I'll look at Riverside taking the plus points there against Utah Tech. And I think there was one more that caught my attention here. That Seattle-Santa Barbara game is going to be played in a neutral court. And I wanted to take a look at that one because I was getting points. This is going to be played in Vegas. It's the Vegas World Tournament. This looks like a mid-major tournament there in Vegas today there with the UC Santa Barbara in action. I like the way UC Santa Barbara's hitting their threes this year. I'll go ahead and take them here in this spot against Seattle. I'll get 3 points against Seattle, the Wolves here. They secure the basketball. They hit their threes, make their free throws. I'll take them in this spot here. They forced Loyola Marymount into overtime, which is a pretty good team there. I'll look at this Santa Barbara team to get it done. When you look at Seattle, they have a home loss against Cal Poly this year. So I'll take the Santa Barbara to get it done with the points. This this Seattle team, this Redhawks team, struggles here with turnovers. They're a poor rebounding team. They don't make their free throws. I'll take the points there in that one with Cal Santa Barbara in that neutral court play. That game we played there in Vegas. All right. Thanks a lot to our man here, Mandigo, with the super chat. Appreciate that, and everyone's here in the chat as well. All right. Well, we don't have our hockey guys today, so we'll cover the sports for you. And if you want our hockey coverage, check out our YouTube channel where Ramon has it covered for you. Today's NHL full card coverage on our YouTube channel. All right, now it's time for our parlay purple segment where our capitals will tell you what we have. Our parlay purple segment where our capitals give it a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They make the call here, so we'll start here with Solo.
Let's take Miami Heat minus the points. Let's take Pittsburgh plus the points, plus the 7 versus the Miami Hurricanes. And let's take West Virginia plus the 23.5.
There we go here from Solo here. I'll tell you what I like here. I like a Delaware here against UTEP. Will be one of mine here. Also, I like the over in Vanderbilt and Tennessee. And the other one I like here in this block would be I like Florida State here and getting the point and a half here against Florida. All right, we got you through our parlay purple segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have here for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Heading into a big week of action here. Of course, a lot of stuff on the board for today as we've got, of course, college football. We're closing out the regular season with a big card. We also have the NBA in action. NFL comes back again tomorrow with a lot rolling there in the NBA. But if you click the link in the description there, that'll take you over to our site over at Tony's Picks, where we got our best bets and more for sale for you guys. If you're looking for our best plays, you'll find them there. All you have to do there is click the link in the description, and you'll land right over to our site. And we'll take a look here. We'll show it to you right here. Here's our website over at Tony's Picks, showcasing our top performers, picks for sale, and more. Check us out over at Tony's Picks. So we'll be ready to roll here for this card on Saturday with our premium plays, the best bets, and more right on leaderboard, showcasing our top performers. So ready to roll here with this big Saturday card up there. So we'll see what Solo's got rolling today over at Tony's Picks for this Saturday's card. I'll see what you got for sale today.
Yeah, we kind of light today. I think I got 3 college football. I should have 2 college basketball, and I should have 1 NBA play loaded by the top of the hour. We're going to stay right there, keep our bullets, make sure the gun is loaded for tomorrow. NFL loaded card with NBA and everything going forward over the next couple of weeks. So let's be smart. Let's control this package a little bit. But sign it with me short-term, long-term. Make sure you use that 15% code. 15% code, pay with the hottest cap, your favorite capper. Don't parlay, and let's get to the bank.
The bank with Solo over at Tony's Picks. Long-term subscription way to roll here with Solo. Remember, all of our one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit amount purchased is correct to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. Get on board with Solo over at Tony's Picks. Head into a big weekend of action there over on the site. Of course, I'll have a best bet on the board right now from college football. Also, I've got a 3-pack here rolling here from college football. So get on board with me. And of course, you can always match me up with your favorite capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. So match me up with your favorite capper there. And of course, a lot of great content for you over at Tony's Picks Premium as we're ready to roll here for you to get some winners on the premium side. All right, guys, with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time here with the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Of course, if you happen to miss any of our shows, you can check them out over on our YouTube channel. We welcome you guys to go ahead and check us out on YouTube. And of course, there you'll find a lot of great content. Of course, if you happen to miss any of our live shows, you can check out the replays of them by hitting the live tab. We got our live show here, Night Moves with Ramon and DeAndre, every day about 3 a.m. Eastern time, happy hour during the week. I know Alessandro has his look ahead here at midnight Eastern time, look ahead for the current lines. And of course, we've got the happy hour that comes on Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern time with Rod. So a lot of great live shows here on our channel. So check it out there. And of course, hit the video tab and you'll be able to watch. The home tab is where you'll be able to catch all of our playlist videos order here. You can see I've got the NBA up for you today. My deep dive of 51 games from college football. I got that up there on the board right now. Up there on the board, ready to roll. Chris's hit list up there, NHL. It's been a big hit on the channel. So guys, check it out there. NFL free picks for you coming up. We got to fix that college football preview there. I think we got that one from last year up there. But anyway, NBA ready to roll here as well. College basketball. Ramon's got you covered today for college basketball on the channel. He's got a few games up there for you right now. We got one, two, got a couple up there for you now. NHL, Ramon's got you covered on the whole NHL board, 5 videos and more, guys. So check us out over on the channel, shorts as well for you guys. Tony Speaks YouTube, a lot of great content up there. Of course, Solo, we got you. You catch you here on the morning shows, and we also catch you on some of the. We'll catch up with you as well on some of the shows throughout the day.
Yeah, definitely more of a morning guy. So yeah, I try to swing and be on the morning show, but every once in a while I try to slide into the happy hour. I see there's some more shows now. As time opens or becomes available, I tap in with Dro and maybe Ramon on the late night.
There you go. Great night there, guys. So check us out on the live shows as well.
And homie DeAndre too. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, they're doing their thing there. We got a lot of shows, more coming as well. So guys, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Any closing thoughts, so before we close it out?
Don't parlay.
Don't parlay. Thanks to everybody in the chat for your contribution. Greatly appreciate that. And we look forward to getting those more winners for you today. Back tomorrow live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time with the NFL coverage and more. We're going to wake up. Bye, guys. You guys make a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Six Morning Show.